All right, good morning. Back with another episode, Coffee Chronicles. I think this is episode 12. Oh, we're chipping away at this weekly. Kind of to see I've been able to be consistent with it. Need to keep it up. Uh, Again, real quick, if you've been watching these and you like them, please do me a favor, like it, share it, subscribe. Um, all that stuff I think carries over, but it's appreciated, especially if you're getting anything out of it. Even if you just leave a comment, tell me something you liked about the episode. Love to hear back. The other thing I want to try to do real quick is this might end up being on a different video or a different podcast episode, but is if anyone's listening to this that has questions and you got a question, submit a comment with a question that you want like me to answer, and I can talk about doing that in another video. Maybe do another segment on a different day. So yeah, if you got questions, let's hear them. Happy to answer some. Give me something else to talk about. But today I'm talking about doing the hard thing. And it sounds simple, but it's, obviously it's the hard thing for a reason. It's hard to do at times. I didn't say doing the right thing. I said doing the hard thing. So, a coach of mine used to always say that I had in football. He used to say, do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, and do it that way every time. And I don't know why that's always stuck with me, but it has. And I think it comes down to how simple that quote is, right? Do what you're supposed to do. Okay, we all know in our day-to-day or whatever what we're supposed to do to be a better dad, a better employer, a better employee, right? Better at my whatever I'm working on, whether that be my fitness or whatever, right? What are you supposed to do? When you're supposed to do it, right? So, I mean, that's I think about a lot of ways, like how often, when actually am I supposed to do it during the day, in my own time, right? Or when I'm called upon to do that thing, and then you do it that way every time. Just meaning, be consistent, show up, do it the right way. Don't half-ass it, for lack of a better term. And I think I really like that quote because it's just applicable to a lot of things. I think you apply it to your workouts. I think you apply it to your job, your family, just being a good human, right? I think oftentimes, we're presented with these choices all day, every day. Choices to do something or to have or to not have something. And oftentimes, I'll just say the one that's I'm trying to make this applicable to everything, but the one thing that is usually maybe like what we're reluctant to do, the hard thing, is probably what's going to make us better in the end. I'm trying to think of an example, but like there's days where, don't get me wrong, like I'm just like anyone, like where you don't want to put this chore that you have, right? You don't want to do this, but you're putting it off, you're procrastinating. If you just do it and get it done, you can move on. And like it's like this weight off your back. It's really relatable to if you guys have read Jocko's book. He talks a lot about that, right? Just being disciplined, right? And like how you basically free up time by being disciplined. And I think that's so important. Like if you put stuff off, if you don't do the hard thing, it ends up just creating more hard things for you in the long run. But yeah, I think this week, do the hard thing, right? Maybe don't hit snooze. Get out of bed when you're supposed to get out of bed. Do the extra chore that you're supposed to do, right? Get that project at work done that you've been kind of putting off, or maybe you're not getting after it as much as you can. Hit the gym the extra day this week. right? I mean, there's a million things you can think of if you think about that. But yeah, do the hard thing this week. What else? Other thoughts on my mind really right now are just about uh, nutrition and looking into the new year and looking into what our members might want to do. I know this is always a good time for them to really think about what health habits are they wanting to try to implement. Are we in a good place? Do we need to change something up? Do they need to change something up? I can tell you, we had our holiday party this weekend, and we had fun. And I think a few too many drinks at times for some of us, but when you're a little hungover, it's definitely like an eye opener again too, because I haven't. But it's definitely an eye opener to kind of go like, oh, yeah, I don't like feeling. I remember I don't like feeling like this. So I don't drink very often. But happened. Going to move on. But I can tell you, there's a few things I'm personally thinking about right now. Just wanted to share these with you guys. Is like, again, just kind of cutting out. I'm not saying eliminate carbohydrates, but I'm just talking about cutting out some sugar. Me and Kai, we got the two girls, and it seems like kids' food and just convenience of cooking and habits with kids is like really starting to roll over into our daily life about what we eat, how we eat it. So just small things like, for instance, like the yogurt we've been eating has probably got more sugar than I'd care for it to have. So I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go back to just a regular Greek, I think it's Fage, Fage yogurt. And just, I'll add whatever I want to add to it to flavor it the way I want it to be flavored. So a little honey, right? Maybe some fruit, maybe some granola or something like that, but not just it's already processed and has a bunch of sugar in it type of yogurt. So my yogurt, I'm going to try to clean up my coffee. Speaking of, this is my first morning kind of cleaning up the coffee. I was just kind of like living for my creamer too much. I put that Bub's collagen in there every day, and I love it. It's unflavored, so I don't feel bad about that at all. But I've been slaying the peppermint mocha creamer, and I need to cut that out a little bit. So I'm still going to use creamer, but a lot less. Put a little honey in there, sweeten it up a bit, but it's looking a lot darker today, but I'm still liking it. So my yogurt, my coffee, and then, the other thing is I think just at night I've been kind of slamming some late night snacks, and it's been some cereal and a little bit of like kind of start getting these like small ice cream bars that are like, I really don't feel bad about them because they're like this big and it's like dark chocolate and just ice cream. And maybe one of those is okay, but like I was eating like a big bowl of cereal, and I had one the other night. I just didn't taste that good anymore. I think my body is like over it. So anyway, just feeling motivated to just clean it up a little bit. So I do that. If you're someone that comes to our gym and is listening to this and you want to do a nutrition challenge, please voice your opinion. I'm open ears. I definitely want to do something. I just don't know which route. If we want macros again, if we want to do like the 800-gram challenge again. So anyway, happy Monday. Do the hard thing this week. Thanks for listening.